Hi everybody, Shawn Holsinger here from HolsingersFlyShop.com. Bringing in another nymph pattern this week. It's a Euro nymph pattern, still going in my series from Tim Cammisa's book. This one's called Uke's Brown Bug, and this is one of Tim Flaggler's favorite patterns. Tim and I have got to become friends. We've tied beside each other at a lot of the shows over the years, and I got to know Tim well. And this was one of the things that he mentioned in his book was his favorite pattern. I've never heard of it, so I looked it up and thought, well, that fits right into my Euro nymph style. I really like that pattern. I'm going to give it a try. So I think this is one that I think you need to give a try too. It's very, very simple, and it's going to be a fish catcher. Very simple, nice and brown, so it's going to represent pretty much every bug that lives under a rock. And it's that Pertagon profile. I'm going to quit talking about it here, get into tying it, and then I'll say a couple other things here whenever I'm done with the tying. So here you go. Here's a picture of the fly and then the material listed tie. Okay, here in the vise you can see Uke's brown bug. Very, very simple Pertagon style fly. Here I'll show you a different one with a hotspot head on it. You can tie it. I used a fluorescent red or fluorescent orange bead head there on it. Very nice hotspot collar. It's just going to be very fishy. But I'm going to tie it with a black head in this one. Tie it different ways. See which one works best for you. I think this one here will be with this black head will be great for dirty water conditions. But very simple. I'm going to tie it on a Holsinger's Fly Shop jig hook. I'm going to tie this one on a size 16. For a bead, I'm using a 3/0 slotted. This is painted matte black moonlit bead here. And for thread, I'm using some Semperfli wax thread. This is 8/0 wood duck. So I like this wood duck. It gets darker when I add the UV resin to it, or Sally Hansen, whatever you'd like to use at the end. Start that on there, wrap that bead in place like that. Next thing we're going to add is some small ultra wire in hot orange. And I'm just going to tuck that right in that bead slot and wrap it down. And what I like to do is wrap it and kind of roll it around underneath the hook like I did there. And then just create a small, slight little taper back up as I wrap it on there. Now we're going to put the tail. For a tail, I'm using this is Mallard flank, but it's dyed wood duck. So you can use wood duck or Mallard flank dyed wood duck, either one, whatever you like, or whatever you got. Going to take off about 6 or 8 fibers. Try to keep the tips lined up straight. That's going to become our tail on it. And we're just going to set that down on top of the fly. Make a couple loose wraps so we can see where we get it, where we like it. And then I'm just going to wrap it back towards the bend of the hook. Once I get it back to the bend of the hook and I have it the length I like, then I'm going to wrap it down tighter. And we're just going to trim those tail fibers off there, the butt section. Now, I don't want to wrap this up too heavy, but I want to make it nice and even and nice and tapered. And make sure I have everything covered. I like that. Now I'm going to put on my wrap, my ultra wire. Just going to space these out evenly, get about 4 wraps up through there, and then tie it off behind the bead. Last thing I do is I take a black marker and we're just going to make a little collar on this, especially if you're using a different colored bead. Now black you don't really have to, but if I was using a silver or that orange that I showed you, take a little black marker, change the color of the thread to make a different colored collar on it, and oops. Just make a quick whip finish here and it'll give you that collar you want. And then we're going to finish this off and make this adorable fly by putting a little bit of Solarez Bone Dry or Sally Hansen, whatever you prefer or have available to you there. I'm a production tyer. I like to get things done, get it done quickly, so I use my UV resin. But if you're allergic to it or don't have it, use some Sally Hansen. It'll work just fine. There you go. There's a very simple little fish catching fly that has that Perdigon style and is going to get down in the fish's face, be there, has that profile of that mayfly nymph. It's going to be a great mayfly imitation, nice dark brown color, just matches anything underneath the rock. Okay guys, don't have much more to say, honestly. Like I said in last week's video from Tim's book, this is one of those ones, kind of fits into that Perdigon style body, and I can't stress enough, I get a lot of comments, especially from the old timers, that say the Perdigon doesn't represent everything. Well, honestly, it represents everything, pretty much. It's that profile. That profile fits right into a mayfly profile. And this one here, it's just another knockoff of it. Experiment with different bead colors and stuff like that. Have fun. Maybe one day they want a hot spot. Maybe one day they don't. Have fun tying, guys. That's what really, really matters. Change the color of thread on this, but definitely tie it in that brown. That brown is going to work because, like I said, half the bugs under the rocks are brown, blacks, that different color shade there. So this one is definitely one you need to have in your box if you're a Euro nympher. So have fun, guys. If you need me to tie anything or you need any of the materials, you can find them at our website at holsingersflyshop.com. Thanks for watching, and until next week, I'm Shawn Holsinger.